A couple of weeks ago, I got an email from Zippo saying that they had released a limited edition yellow flame butane insert in iridescent green for Zippos. And I figured I would go ahead and pick it up. I'm a huge fan of this spectrum or iridescent green colorway. Growing up, it was one of my favorite colors, alongside with the Magic 8 Ball Zippo. So I had to pick it up. Taking a look at the front, we have that Zippo logo, manufactured in Bradford, PA. It looks like K of 24, even though they just released it and it's now May of 26. So I don't know if they were sitting on these for a while or what's going on with that. And then on the back, you have your warning to keep out of reach from children, ignite away from yourself, yada yada. So we'll just take a quick look at it compared to a regular insert. Well, I guess we'll go like that. You can see this one was K of 23, this one's K of 24. And they look to be about the same size, so I don't see any issues with it fitting in your typical Zippo, other than that screw on the bottom does appear to be sticking out a little bit more. I don't want to put them right up against each other just because I don't want to scratch that nice color. But we'll see. Maybe if I lay it flat, you can kind of tell how the screw is sticking out a little bit over here. So looking at the bottom here, we have our two screws holding it together, our butane nozzle to refill, and then our flint screw, because this does have the flint wheel, so that when it does make a little spark, and then you hold down this part, and it's supposed to look similar to your regular Zippo flame. Ooh, kind of a bad angle just because of the way I'm filming. Let's see how it looks inside a standard Zippo. I have one here in that iridescent or spectrum color with a cool little octopus on the front. Really like this lighter, and that brass insert really pops with this one. So let's see how it looks with the spectrum insert inside. Oh, that does look pretty nice. It blends in really well. And sometimes with Zippos, after you open and close it a few times, it does move up. Oh, you heard it a little bit. I wouldn't say it's any more than your typical Zippo. Just a little bit of room. Over here we have an armor case, which you can tell by that little A down here. So this one is a little bit thicker, so let's see how our butane insert, oh, it definitely feels a little tighter. Oh, that one's not moving at all. So it might be a better fit with your armor cases. Yeah, that's just staying in there real nice. Yeah. Oh, and you can feel it pulling out. That's pretty tight. Let's see. Only went in and out a couple of times, but I don't see any noticeable scratches. So that paint job or coating process seems to be pretty decent. So let's go ahead and fill this up. So first thing I'm going to do, even though they usually come empty, I'm going to purge lighter. So just pushing that nozzle down to get any extra air that might be trapped in it out. But I'm not hearing anything, so we should be good to go. So now, I'm not the best at refilling these butane lighters. I know you're supposed to hold it directly above at a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always get it spilling everywhere on my finger. Like I'm going to get frostbite. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but it's just every time I go to fill one of these, and this is Zippo fuel, I can't get it to just go straight in. And that's a 90-degree angle, straight up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you have any tips on not getting all that air flying everywhere, or butane going everywhere. I'd love to hear it. So right now we're just going to go ahead and let this sit for 2 minutes or so. Let it cool down and all the fuel to settle. So it's been a little under 10 minutes, but it feels like it's cooled down. I don't see any more of that frost on it. So we're going to go ahead and see how I did filling it up. We're going to put it in the matching spectrum case. And just for good luck, we'll go ahead, open it. Oh, and there we go. Lighting up. The flame is a little small. So interesting enough, I did not see anything in the instructions about adjusting the flame size. And if we look here, flint wheel, ignition button, flame, cam, butane filling valve, and flint screw. So it looks like on other inserts, there is another screw right here to adjust the size of the flame. This one is number 6, right? The flint screw. I'm looking over here at number 6, the flint screw. So I don't think we can adjust the flame. You could tell it's a little bit smaller. And like I said, the wick on this one's kind of burnt out. And yeah, that's the thing with Zippos. If you're trying to turn it sideways, it kind of gets blocked off. Oh, but actually, it just looks like this one's pretty low. So we're going to go ahead and try and refill it again. It turns out this can was actually pretty low. You can hear a little bit of it in there, but this is a brand new can. Zippo butane. This one's brand new. That one I've used a few times. 90-degree angle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you could tell that one went in much better. Give it a few more seconds before we put in that second dose. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that time it worked. Let's see. Oh yeah, and that flame is much bigger. Okay, so it was just a user error. And that's kind of why I prefer just the regular inserts. I know if I'm putting in the fuel, it stays in there. If I put too much, I'll see it leak out. But I find it more straightforward and more reliable just using a regular insert. But the butane inserts do have their uses. I just find they're unreliable, but I don't really like how small this button is. I guess they needed all the room for the butane inserts or whatever components are in there. But holding it down, it's a little tougher. I guess for a regular Zippo, you don't really have to worry about that. Once you light it, it's lit. Oh, but you can definitely tell now it's a lot bigger. Alright, so we're gonna just compare the flame sizes a little bit. So over here we have our standard insert, and then we have our butane. And yeah, the regular insert's a little bit taller with that chimney as opposed to this one. But the flame actually is pretty big on this one when properly filled. All right, and that has been a look at the iridescent green insert for your Zippo lighters. I'll probably be using it with an armor case. I thought I was going to like it better with this green eye than I do. I think I'm going to have to pick up an armor in this spectrum color just so I can really do this insert justice. But like I said before, I do prefer your regular inserts, so I'll most likely be using those. I guess from my quick look at it, I did notice that the regular inserts, while they get hot, this one was still pretty cool to the touch after using. But I'm also not a big fan of having to hold down the little trigger. It's just a little tough. There's not that much room there. If you guys have any tips on refilling butane inserts more reliably, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try and respond to all of those.